You got it now, King Reporter. Glamsol, as promised by the weird woman, and I'm afraid you act most hideously for it. Still, I was said, it would be not passed to your children, but only myself should the root and the father of my kings, of many kings. If they said the truth, as their speeches shine on Macbeth, why, by the truths were good about you, might be prophecies as well, and they set up my hopes, but I won't be quiet anymore.
Here's our chief guest.
If he was to be forgotten, there would be a gap in our great feast, and unbecoming to us.
Tonight we host a sad supper, and I'll request your presence.
Your Highness, command me to my duties, are joined forever with unbreakable tie.
Are you going riding this afternoon?
Yes, my good lord.
We would desire your good advice, which is both serious and favorable, in this day's council, but we'll do it tomorrow. Are you riding it far?
My lord, between supper and meeting time will be filled up. If my horse does not ride well, I must borrow for the night, for an hour or two.
Don't forget to come to our feast.
My lord, I won't.
We hear our bloody cousins are living in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel murder of their father or only being liars, but more of that tomorrow. When together with that matter there will be political issues that needs us jointly. Go get your horse.
Yes, my great lord, it's time to go.
I hope your horses are fast and sure of foot, and so go on for your ride.
They are waiting outside the place.
Bring them here. That way is no way to treat a king. Only to be safely king in this way matters. Our fears of Banquo stick deep, and there's a lot to be afraid of in this nature. He has courage to do a lot, and in that controllable temper of his, he has a wisdom that guides his courage to act in safety. He is the only one whose being I fear, and under him my natural ability is despised, as people say. Mark Antony was by Caesar. Banquo scolded his sisters. When first they put a name as king and asked them to speak to him, then like the prophecy, they hailed father to a line of kings. On my head they placed fruitless crown and put a barren ghost in my grip, which will be taken from my hand since I have no son to king after me. If the prophecy is true, I have defiled your soul for Banquo's son. I have murdered the gracious Banquo for them, put doubts and bitter feeling into my mind. Only for them, and I have given my soul to the common enemy of man, just to make them kings, the sons of Banquo, kings. Rather than see that happen, come fate, and fight for me to the death. Who's there? Now go to the door, and stay there until we call.
He was.
Have you considered what I said? You know, he was the one in the past times who held you back from promotion, and you thought it was our innocent self. I gave you proof when we last met, demonstrated to you how he dealt with you, how he crossed you, the documents he used, how he used them, and everything else that might say, to a person with a half soul or someone crazed. This is what Banquo did.
I did so. Oh, you made it. Not to us.
I did so, and I went even further, which is now. The point of our second meeting, are you so patient that you can let this go? Are you such believers in the gospel that you would pray for this good man and for his child? The same man whose heavy hand has led you to death and made your families beggars?
We are men, my league.
Yes, you certainly could pass for men. In the same way that hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs Have you considered what I've said? He was the one in the times past who held you back from promotion, and you thought it was our innocent self. I gave you proof when we last met, demonstrated to you how he dealt with you, and how he crossed you, the documents he used, how he used them, and everything else that might say to a person with half a soul or someone crazed. This is what Banquo did. Go.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and I went even further, which is now. The point of our second meeting. You are so patient that you can let this go? Are you such believers in the gospel that you would pray for this good man and for his child, the same man whose heavy hand has led you to death and made your family beggars? The subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, everyone according to the gift which generous nature has given them, whereby he receives a special mark of distinction from the inventory. That describes them as all alike. And the same is true of men. Now, if you have a place on the list in the worst lineup of men, say it, and I will put in your bosom such business that if you carry it out, it will eliminate your enemy. Take hold of you to the heart and love of us, who wears our office with sickness as long as he lived, but which would be perfect if he were dead. Second murder.
I am one, my dear, who has been so enraged by the vile blows and beatings of the world, that I am reckless and so unlucky, and I gamble my life on any chance I can get, either to make it better or end it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
And he's mine too, and to such a bloody degree that every minute of his being puts a big knot through my stomach, and though I could sweep him from my sight with bare-faced power and bid my will guarantee it, I can't do it, because certain friends that are both his and mine, whose love I may not lose, would protest his fall, who I myself struck down, and so it is I ask your assistance. I must hide this business from ordinary eyes for certain witty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us, though our lives.
Your spirits shine through you within this hour at most. I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect time to do it, the moment to do it, and for it must be done tonight. And away from the palace, always remembering that I must be clear of this event, and with Banquo's death. There cannot be any confusion or mistakes in the word. Flint's his son, who keeps him company, whose existence is no less important to me than his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Decide among yourselves in private. I'll come to you in a minute.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you in a minute. Stay within. The problem is solved. Banquo your soul's flight. If it finds heaven, must it find it tonight?